Hi, Aries. How is that sense of adventure treating you? But also, how weird does it feel to have Mars, your ruler, in your domestic house? 9 of Cups. You're pretty smug about something. You're pretty happy about the way something's going. Now, Jupiter in your 9th house, that full moon in the 9th house, all that sense of adventure, those opportunities to broaden your horizons, to reach wider audiences, to engage with people you wouldn't necessarily have got to meet before, possibly in distant lands. All that energy is really, 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 really good, and that's great. But at the same time, that Neptune 12th house energy, Neptune about to go in retrograde, is bringing you messages of opportunities that you are possibly not ready to take. And you feel kind of exhausted because the mundane is now irritating you to a point where you cannot unsee it. You want to travel. You want to get going. You want to expand. You want to broaden your horizons. You want to be free. You want to break yourself out of a karmic cycle too, possibly with a fixed sign. A Taurus, a Scorpio, a Leo, or an Aquarius. Or maybe you're just feeling the tension there. Maybe that's where the tension is. Maybe that's feeling very, very hard for you, and you're not really sure what to do, because at the one point you feel connected to this, you feel like it's there, you feel like it's something that's been very hard to shake off, and you're not quite sure what the path is anymore, so you're confused. At the same time, there's an optimism about the future and how big the world actually is, but you're not moving because you're weighing up your options, especially Aries if it's to do with a fire sign, or you're juggling 2 people, or you feel like you're being juggled. To make the decision would either break your heart or somebody else's. To be decisive would break your heart or somebody else's, and you're not quite sure what to do about it. You're wondering now if something is worth the struggle, or if this is always going to be a struggle. You're very, very, very worried about it. 10 of Swords. 9 of Swords. You're really worried about it. Ace of Wands in the positive, Page of Pentacles in the challenge, and the 4 of Pentacles in the outcome. So if it is an earth sign, possibly an earth sign child even, a Taurus child, a Virgo child, a Capricorn child, or just a person in general under those signs, or somebody that you work with, or somebody that you're financially tied to, you want to hold on anyway at the end of June. What's tricky for you though, Aries, is that as we move into July, into Cancer season, all these feelings surrounding our children, our parents, our security, our connection, all of these things come up, and they come up strongest for you. There's been a lot of tension and a lot of pain with somebody that you are bonded to either by blood or by unconditional love, and you're really, really starting to worry about it. You're losing sleep over this person. With the Ace of Wands in the positive position, there is an opportunity and there's an action that you can take. What's tricky, Aries, in taking this action and being the stronger person is that patience will get you further. And I know you don't like that. Patience and letting things take their course in general will get you further. The Ace of Wands is saying there's an opportunity, there's an action you can take, but it's small, but it'll build if you just have the faith that these seeds will sprout. Aries, you're holding on to something really very tightly, and I'm not saying you should let it go. I'm just saying you should wait and see how it goes, rather than abandon all hope like you might want to as we lead up to the eclipse. Because the eclipse will do what it will. The eclipse will take what it wants to take. It will expose what it wants to expose, and it will change your connections in a big way. But it's looking good if you just wait and see what it does. Okay? The cardinal signs in general have a lot of growing up to do with this summer. With Saturn in Capricorn, with Pluto in Capricorn, with the Cancer energy, the eclipses, the Cancer solar eclipse, the Capricorn full moon eclipse. You know what I mean? This Cancer solar eclipse is a total eclipse. So if there's something that's gotta go, it's gots to go. Which may be evident with the Ten of Swords, but that's July's reading. We're not getting into that. Wait and see. Because if you stay strong, if you stay patient, and you hold on to what you really want to hold on to, because if you really want to hold on to something, you're not ready to let it go. Because Aries does what they want. And if you want to hold on to something, you will hold on to it. You might hold on to it too tightly. But in your relationships, and you could be dealing with a Leo person. If you're dealing with a Leo person, they're needing your support. If you're dealing with somebody, as I said before, the fixed signs in particular, it's been very heavy and it's been very hard going. And it's not to say that cardinals are the only one getting the brunt of the energy. The shift up for the fixed signs, whenever we had Taurus season with Uranus being there, has been quite tricky itself. And subsequently, Jupiter and Neptune are doing this awkward, this icky feeling in the mutable signs. So, you know, Aries, it's not as if everyone's had an easy ride the last month. They certainly have not. What this is actually saying to you is that if you just pause and see if you can see things from a different perspective, get some space, but not let go necessarily of that dream, of that relationship, of that job, you will find great benefit in that. What was underneath anyway? Ace of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and Temperance. Oh, look, there's you, the Emperor. Yeah. Healing. Balance. Temperance can often be balance. It can be bridging the gap between sometimes a fire sign and a water sign. So if you're dealing with a water sign, things may surprise you with the commitment that comes. Hierophant, Ace of Pentacles, offer of commitment. The Temperance aspect is that it's healing you. See? The Emperor. It's healing you. It's giving you some kind of calmness that you so very much need at the moment, because this Ten of Swords has been a very heavy, hard energy to understand, because you just want to go, 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 go. And as we go into, a bit deeper into retrogrades this summer, you can kind of see how going all gung-ho head first into something is going to hurt you. What you actually have to do is soften a little bit and wait and see. Because although that's against what the Aries person will do, it would benefit you to try something different with this, because you're holding on to it for a reason. And if you can't let go, but you can't force it either, there has to be a happy medium. Temperance is all about finding the medium, and you find it. Especially if you're dealing with a Taurus, or if you're dealing with a marriage partner, you find a compromise, you find a balance, and you find a common ground that you weren't expecting. But it just requires you to be patient. And God forbid, Aries, you try and see things from their perspective. Hanged Man, especially if you're dealing with a Leo. Because you're holding tightly if it is a Leo, and there's a reason for that. This Ten of Swords is not how you leave June. It's how you're feeling now, or it's the recent events. And it's felt as though everything's just this kind of heaviness, this hurt, this pain. It's like people can't stop being aggressive and people can't stop being pessimistic. Saturn's very, very, very temperamental at the moment with people's emotions. And so's Pluto. Pluto's doing this really deep catharsis with everybody, and it's so intense, and you don't live there necessarily. You'd be done with that 5 minutes ago. But you can't be, because it's all happening for the greater good. It's asking you to be patient. Very patient. Focus on what makes you feel secure. And focus on your security. Are you acting out because you're feeling insecure about something? Cancer season will, 4th house energy, 4 of Pentacles. Cancer season will help you release the need to protect yourself from what you love. So give it time. It'll surprise you. 9 of Cups means it's going to work out a little bit better than you expected. Doesn't seem completely fixed, but it works out better than you expected. Okay, Aries, I will see you in July for eclipse season. God help us all. Bye.